Notice our intro is a little longer than we think it is.
Yeah,
yeah. Like if you really let it play out, it's a little bit longer than we know it is.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a whole song.
It is. It is a whole song. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PorterWay Podcast. I think this is episode 111 for us, Ant.
Is it?
Yeah, it's about 4 with just you and I. You got it? Yeah.
Yeah. We're getting some
up. Yeah,
we're getting some light. You know, I'm looking like extra black.
You did that? Yeah.
No. We're good. Oh. So that's this is not the hat you think it is.
I said no. I said we can see the ash on your fingers though. No, we don't need to see them.
Hey, it ain't that ashy.
What's with the hat?
Hey, it's a gift from Carson. You know, I said, I see a lot of action going in super middleweight. So I said, hey, let me support my guy super middleweight.
Yeah. And Ant is Carson is he's with us in spirit now.
He right.
No.
I was about to say,
because you're wearing the hat.
Okay.
Because you're wearing the hat. Come on, keep up.
Okay, all right.
Hey, all right. So welcome to the PorterWay Podcast. I did that. Real quick, let me just shout out Rival Boxing. Go to the website. Our promo code TPWP 15. You get 15% off of your purchase. I do have to say that it's not 50% off of everything. Everything is, there are a few things that are excluded, but for the most part, you go in there, man, you're getting some great equipment, and I do swear by their equipment. They have really good equipment. I boxed my whole life, and some of the best equipment I've worn is by Rival. So please get on and do that. We also got PorterWay.com. You can go there, you can get shirts. We got some mugs for y'all now. We're bringing the Letterman jackets back relatively soon. And just trying to do things bigger and better. Also, the patreon.com/TPWP. And super excited about that. We are super close to this studio being done. Once this thing gets done, hey, I'm going crazy. Don't worry about Ant. Y'all always talk about Ant, the crazy one. Wait till y'all get a load of me. Shawn changed. He done changed. Yeah, when I get this with this, yeah. Oh, and it's necessary. So I'm super.
Once you got some money, you gone. You about to act a fool.
Yeah, I'm about to act a fool. Because that one right there, that's the new baby. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to what we got jumping off. Listen, and this is why I'm super excited about the Patreon. I just sent this screenshot. Genuine reached out to me on Instagram, and it was years ago that he reached out to me on Instagram. I just happened to be scrolling through and saw a message from Genuine. So I shot him my number, and then he shot at me, and you saw the screenshot. He said he's a big fan of the podcast. So definitely want to shout out Genuine. And the only way you can check us out with Genuine, I told him you got to open invitation. He loves the podcast, and he don't just love me. He love everybody, love everything. He said, keep doing what you're doing. Everybody on the team. So thank y'all for that. But he said, I told him, I said, man, you got an open invitation. Anytime you in Vegas, you need to let me know, and we're going to make sure you get on this podcast. So the only way you see that type of content is right there at the Patreon. So we're gonna blast that, man, as soon as we get into that studio.
Hey, Shawn, look like you're at El Chapo's birthday party. What the hell?
Hey, man, you know what? I said, you know what? Let me turn. Because, at first I was like off in the cut. I said, you know what? Let me turn and give these people a little taste of what we got going on behind me. They actually tasting some stuff right now. They eating some food. I'm missing the food. So we going to have to hurry this up.
Okay.
But I'm at the WBC Convention.
Okay.
We down here in Acapulco.
Okay.
And we having a good time. This is day one, and they actually asked me to speak on day one. I wasn't expecting that. So there's supposed to be some panels going on as well that they want me to be a part of. But at the end of this episode, I'm going to post the entire everybody's calling it a speech. I was talking. I'm gonna post that, or we're gonna post that at the end of this episode, and it will serve as, I guess, somewhat of the motivational message for this week's episode. But shout out to Ellie Sackback. He's always front and center, and he's getting all the good content. And especially when it's me, I always know, like, when I do something that I feel is significant, I can always go to Ellie because Ellie got it. So shout out to Ellie Sackback.
Shout out to Ellie. Is Ellie the first ever boxing?
He's not. He's.
News
I
anchor?
guess you could.
Name
You can call
somebody.
him, he's one of the pioneers. You know what I mean? If you will, he's one of the pioneers. You know. But it's a gang of them out there. A boy that's got fight hype. Ben. Ben is he's a pioneer as well. So shout out to fight hype. Yeah. Shout out to Chantelle.
Yeah. But Dan Raphael. What's that?
Yeah.
And they're probably the original three. I mean, I really can't think of nobody before Dan. I mean, you could probably go back.
No, Shawn.
Okay, Shawn's Chantelle.
So we gotta get him back up in
here. In 1981, the first black news reporter.
We gotta get him back up in here. Yeah. Hey, let's jump into this episode real quick, and let's see. We touched on the WBC convention. I just want to shout out a couple of people that's here. Michael Carvajal is here. Really good friend of mine, man. I love Vinny Paz. Vinny Paz is absolute dynamite. I actually was thinking about having him come over here, but then he gonna have to put the headphones on and talk directly to you, and it's a whole thing. So hopefully we get on the show sooner than later. Antonio Tarver is here.
Okay.
And also big shout out to Big Daddy Riddick Bowe. That is my guy to the fullest. What that mean?
Nah, I just had people walking behind me, man. I can't.
Okay. I thought you was flashing your check or something like that.
Somebody tried to come here and murder my family. Okay, I gotta protect my family.
I seen some numbers. I wasn't sure what them numbers was.
I thought you was flashing that check.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure what them numbers was. Ray Vargas is here. He just had the big win over Mark Maxayo. Also, Miguel Burchell is here as well. So a couple of guys. Those are a couple of the guys I've seen so far. I probably should have wrote down some of the names of the women that are here as well. But shout out to the women that are here as well. And it's gonna be a great week here. I'm here for a few days, so it's gonna be good. All that being said, let's get into this episode, my man. Let's go with Showtime first.
Oh, you're gonna do me like, hey, don't do me. Yeah, all right, I watched some of it. What about the prelims? We had the OG. They had the OGs on the prelim. Shawn.
Oh yeah, I know.
Julian Williams, Anthony,
Andre Darrell was on too. Yeah. What'd you think about Julian J-Rock? I saw a tweet from Errol Spence, and he said that he looks sharp, and when he's on, he's on.
Yeah, I think they set him up with a perfect opponent for him to look good. I mean, the guy had, I think it was like 18 and 11, something like that. But yeah. J-Rock was fun when he was in the division, so we'd love to see him back in there, man.
Yeah,
that dude, he caused some problems when he was in there.
Was this fight at 54?
I think so. Pretty sure
he caused some big problems at 54. When he was really first coming up, and you always wonder, like, what does it take for a guy to get back where he was? And I'm really not sure what it is for J-Rock. If this was a really good performance, then maybe they'll look at stepping him up again and seeing if they can position to get him back into a title shot. But to me, where his last couple of fights didn't seem as if he was somebody that was really, they were looking at pushing back, to get back into title contention, so. I really wouldn't. I know we had that conversation with Nestor Gibbs and Danny a minute ago about gatekeepers and stuff like that. I'm really not sure if you would consider him a gatekeeper or not. But I think if anything, that's kind of, you kind of get a couple of wins under your belt, but you've already been there. And so are you going to get back there? So, and then this fight was at middleweight. So.
And I think
shout out to our producer letting us know.
He making a second run at it, Shawn. What I liked about it, I mean, he's making. We'll get to that, but hey, man, I like this. He had a shirt, right, for the Philadelphia area boxers. It said Garcia, Williams, Farmer, and Fulton. I like that.
Okay,
I like that.
He's representing. That's what's up.
You never thought about coming out with an Iowa Porter, Broner. I can't think of no more.
You go. That's all you got. Yeah, I was
y'all got some legends.
We got guys now from Cleveland, but when I was doing my thing, I was kind of the only guy from Cleveland, that was on the main stage. But we got some guys coming out, and then also let me say that about J-Rock. You saying he making his second run. You move up a weight class. You kind of for the sake of words, you kind of even out your playing field. Maybe some things that weren't working for you at 54, they may work for you better at 160. So talk about the second run. It's probably best to move up at 160. You probably operate better, making weight and all those different types of things. So you talk about the second run, man. I like to see that happen for him.
Yeah, more like when you get older, Shawn, it's hard to cut weight. So a little more comfortable for my man. He can focus on the fight more than focuses on the weight. And I love to see a guy in another title shot. And
I sparred with J-Rock way back in the day before he was even a world champion.
Geez, Shawn.
I sparred with him before he was a professional. That's what I meant to say.
How old is J-Rock?
I sparred with him way back in the day.
Who's the OG out of this?
No. I'm the OG.
Okay.
But I sparred with him way back in the day. Breadman brought him up to Cleveland, and we got some sparring in, and really good. And I knew that he was going to become a world champion. So I definitely would love to see him do that again.
Yeah, 32
main card, baby.
Yeah, go and get it done. 5'11", that's a big problem. Go and get up in there with one of them.
Yeah.
I might give my man a shot.
Main card, baby.
Main card.
Give me to the main.
What we got on the main card? Let me double back to the main card. Who opened up the main card, Shawn?
Don't ask me. I didn't watch the show. I didn't watch the fight.
Why didn't you watch the fight?
Because I was busy. I was traveling, doing big man things.
Okay. Oh, I got you. I'm pulling it up right now.
Feel like they just said my name. Shawn,
let's not go too far as wishing prayers on the guy in the main event. That I don't know the guy's name.
Aidos.
Yeah. Okay, Aidos, but prayers to him and his family.
Yeah.
And that's, we never want to see that in the sport of boxing.
No, they said that he took a lot of damage, and it was an induced coma, so that they could do some work on him. So hopefully, everybody out there in Minnesota know what they're doing, and they can make it work for him.
Yeah.
So, but on the other side of that, man, you got David Morrell, who's just a complete force. And let me disclaimer, like, I wasn't sold on him when he first jumped on the scene. I think he had a title after 3 fights. It was just the interim title or whatever. And I just was like, yeah, come on. Like, you giving and no offense, but you're giving a Cuban fighter with only 3 fights a shot, even though he has his extensive amateur background, but then you're not giving American fighters those same shots. And so, I took a couple shots at David Morrell, but he's just done nothing but show up and show out. You can't deny his power. You can't deny his boxing ability. Of course, there's things that he needs to work on. He's young in his professional career, even though he's much further along than other guys, but he's got better after every single fight. And even though I didn't see this fight, I saw highlights, and I know how he gets down. I know it was round after round of him having his way. And this is what I said, speaking to one of the referees that's here. When you know who's getting in the ring and you know what they're capable of, you should be kind of counting down the rounds opposed to counting up to 12. You should be counting down and figuring out, all right, when should I jump in and stop this? I heard that the corner was telling this kid that he was doing good and that he was making his way.
Yeah, they weren't putting that negative.
It was true at any capacity. Yeah, and they should have been probably looking to throw the towel in opposed to anything. And then on the other side of that, I was mad at Tony Weeks, and now I got 2 things that I'm mad at him about. One, I'm mad that this fight didn't go like 9 rounds, 8 rounds, 9 rounds. And you understand clearly that this guy's not going to land that big shot. And you understand clearly that this guy has not won any rounds at all. And he's so far on the other side of this. Let me just stop this fight now. So number one, as a referee, you should know what you're looking at. And you should know better than to let a fight like this to go as long as it did, especially when you're someone like Tony Weeks, who is well regarded within the sport. The other and bigger problem that I had with Tony Weeks, and y'all know I ain't got no problem speaking about these referees and judges in some respects. The man is on the canvas, and Tony Weeks helps him up and then tries to escort him to his corner. Wrong thing to do. And of course, David Morrell, very admirable of him to go underneath this guy and help him to his corner as well. But that ain't the protocol. The protocol, you keep that guy on the ground. You don't allow him to expend any more energy than he needs to.
That's probably the first time I've seen that, Shawn.
Where you from, Tony? Where did this come from? You know what I mean? So yes, I'm calling Tony Weeks out. The reason why I'm calling Tony Weeks out, and I'm calling out the corner, and I'm calling out everybody that allows a moment like this that allows it to get to this point. You should have coaches that know better. You should have a referee that understands the protocol. And then you should have a commission that's smart enough to say, okay, the referee doesn't feel this way, and we understand that it's on him. Let's get the doctor up there to examine this guy, so on and so forth. I just think that, you know, you can't keep missing these, man, because when situations happen like this, we're all sad and we're pulling for the guy, but then we go on and live our lives. All the while, this guy's got a family, and that family is suffering. And the family is suffering because I think that the boxing world does not initiate these protocols and make them strong enough for everybody to understand what needs to happen and do their job correctly. And at the same time, I got audio behind me. The party good? Just started.
You're good. No, you can hear, but we can't really hear it. But at the same time, Shawn, you guys are warriors, and at the same time, you get you guys like, don't stop the fight. I mean, you've been in a situation, you're like, what the hell are you doing? Been in situations. What the hell you doing?
I mean, I was completely confused when I saw my dad on the canvas on the apron. I was completely confused. I was like, I kind of was like stunned. I mean, it was a lot going on in the moment. But at the end of the day, what I can't afford to do is argue my dad about a decision he felt like he needed to make. Yeah. And any fighter who's willing, like, we saw the situation with Deontay Wilder, but there are instances where fighters argue the fight being stopped. It's hindsight 50-50. We never know if it's right or if it's wrong. But what we do know, if that fight was stopped much sooner, this guy more than likely wouldn't end up in the position that he's in right now.
And at the same time, Shawn, this guy was exchanging with David. Yeah. And David would have moments and he'll throw back. So I think that put Tony in a tough position. Yeah. And in his corner, obviously trying to hype him up. Continue doing that, what you're doing, like instead of being realist, kind of like what coming from you. But it's tough, man, when you're not in there, Yeah. At the end of the day, Shawn, your dad's your trainer, but at the end of the day, you're in there. You're still seeing and feeling stuff that he's not feeling. Yeah. So that's just tough, man. Yeah. So shout out to that guy, man. Wish prayers on his family, prayers on him, man. You're a matchmaker. What do you want to see to happen with David Morrell? David Morrell. I was thinking that it's like I don't want him. I don't think he's ready for the Cato Plants or the David Benavidez of the world. But I think our dog not done. Our dog not done. Our dog not done. Get him up in there with him. I think that blood too young for dog. Damn. That's my guy, but I think that blood too young. Yeah, that blood too young for him. But he'll get up in there and face him. Yeah. Dang, Shawn, what's super middleweight? When I think of super middleweight, I hate to say it, I think of obviously Canelo, but you think of Cato Plant and Dave Benavidez. Yeah. I mean, we did see a guy, I think. Well, you kind of answered the question. You don't want to, because we'll get to Benavidez and Plant, but you don't want to see him fight the winner of Benavidez and Plant. You think it's too soon? Yeah, I don't know. I think the winner of Benavidez Plant needs to be in the Canelo lottery. I'll accept it. And I think all right. So then we just Morrell, you just gotta wait your turn, baby. Keep doing what you're doing. Shawn, the loser of Benavidez Plant. Oh, the loser of yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, no. You can't do that because it depends on how that fight goes. So let's talk about that fight because it depends on how it goes. If somebody gets knocked out, no, he's not fighting the winner. Or excuse me, no, he's not fighting the loser. If somebody gets dog walked, no, he's more than likely not looking at fighting the loser. It's certain things that you got to do in order for somebody, even though you're a loser, for the promoters and all that to say, yeah, let's get you in the ring with this young lion. You know what I mean? Because that's exactly what he is. Very, 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 very impressed with David Morrell. I'm a David Morrell fan. Yeah, and is he fighting out of Minnesota? Like, how did you go? He lives in Minnesota. That's a weird place I've never heard of a Cuban going to Minnesota, but that's where he's at. Yeah, he must have been a big Prince fan. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he's at.
But all right, Shawn, if Caleb Plant beats David Benavidez, does Canelo even get back in there with him?
I don't want to see anybody gunning for Canelo Alvarez. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I don't know what that money is like, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
but
I mean, both
that
Shawn, both of those guys, that's their ultimate goal is to beat Canelo Alvarez.
And you know me, like I'm literally in my mind, I'm thinking Canelo because and no disrespect to Canelo, but make your own name. Like stand on your own too. Don't use that as the catapult to becoming a superstar. Like beat David Benavidez, beat Caleb Plant, and say I'm the guy who come get me. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's where my mind is at.
Okay, I kind of get where you're coming from.
So it's hard for me. Yeah, I don't know what the money is like though.
Yeah, $10 million. I mean, that ain't bad. If you think
but here's the thing: everybody assumes that it's 10 million.
Yeah, I'm just on paper. I don't know. You can make 20.
Because if I don't know what Caleb made the first time. I don't even give a damn what he made the first time. But if he knocks out David Benavidez, he's supposed to make more in the rematch against Canelo because now he's a nicer commodity than he was before even being undefeated and getting in the ring with Canelo. So we really don't. I don't know what the money's like. But I think my thing is instead of waiting on one guy to choose you. I kind of feel like that's a little disrespectful. Like, don't choose me. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and get you. You know what I mean? That's my thing.
Yeah, I just feel like both of these guys, especially in the Caleb Plant, I feel like even if he gets the victory, I just don't know if Canelo's like to Floyd. Floyd didn't give a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You only get to the mountaintop one time.
Everybody talking about Amir Khan. Everybody was talking about Amir waiting on Mayweather to pick him, and he never did, you know. And obviously, you know, Mayweather picked him. Maybe you know, Canelo picked him one time doesn't mean he's gonna pick him again, you know. So I mean, I even hate to have the conversation about being picked by another fighter. I wasn't kind of in that position, but I mean, let's take Manny Pacquiao for instance. When the fight had fell out with Errol, I wasn't jumping to get picked by Manny Pacquiao. We kind of knew, you know, hey, we're really not going to be the guy. So why even do a post? Why even say we want to fight him and all those different types of things? So
yeah, it's just.
But tell me what that fight looks like to you.
Dave Benavidez, Caleb Plant. What a fight! Y'all know I'm a big Dave Benavidez fan.
Yeah.
I gave Plant hell, but he showed me something last fight. I just think, man, this is gonna be a war.
Yeah.
If Caleb Plant can box him all night, I can see him getting a split decision. But man, that's a how fast is it? You been in the ring with both of those guys?
Yeah. And then two different like phases of like a training. Yeah. So I remember that Benavidez.
Is he fast? Like,
with Benavidez, he's got fast hands. Like he just.
We know.
But what he does is he takes the pop and the power off of his punches to throw fast punches. So his jab, he has a decent speed on his jab. He's got decent speed and rhythm on the right hand. He's got decent speed and rhythm on a lead left hook. None of it's blazing fast. Caleb Plant honestly is blazing fast. Like that's fast chess with him.
What about that power?
With Benavidez, he never really gave me power. And
there was no point.
You know, again, like to his credit, he wasn't like he was like, yo, I'm in the ring with Sean Porter. First of all, I respect him. Second of all, I know he's lighter than me. I'm not gonna mind
stop it.
You know what I mean? You know, so salute to you for that, sir. But I do. I remember that, there was one moment when we were sparring where he like really tried to let loose, and I was able to handle it. You know what I mean? Caleb Plant. I mean, I believed in Caleb when he was getting in the ring with Canelo. Of course, I'm a believer in him. getting in the ring with Benavidez, knowing everything that both of these guys can do. I honestly think that nobody wants to hear it, but I think it's 50-50. And the reason why is because I think that styles make fights, and both these guys really, it's kind of that car race where both cars are fast and both drivers are really good. And it's just going to come down to that one moment where that guy's pushing the pedal the right way and steering it the right way in order for that moment to happen, you know?
And I don't really see Caleb knocking Dave Benavidez out, but I can see him just being first to the punch, getting off first.
I can see him being first in the punch.
A step ahead of him all fight. But if he's not, I can see Caleb going down 9th, 10th round. I can see him finishing Caleb Plant off.
This is going to be a great
fight. And I'm not saying this is a one-sided fight. This is a hell of a fight. I mean, y'all know what I'm going for, but this is a hell of a fight.
It's a great fight, yo.
Great fight, man.
Hey, listen, when you don't get Terrence Crawford, and I'm not, when you don't get Terrence Crawford and Aidos Jr., this is kind of that next best thing. What fight in boxing is? I mean, yeah, you got Ryan Garcia. You got. I mean, you can have other fights at like 135 that can be made. Some big great fights at 135 that can be made, but this is one of the best fights in boxing right now.
Yeah, and how official is it? Because boxing, they'll be like, "Hey, it's on." Oh, it's not on.
My producer told me it was official, so it's.
Hey, man, stop snitching!
We don't snitching. Did I snitch?
You do that? Yeah, you snitch.
He'll chirp in and let me know if I snitched.
Okay, all right, because it came from the director, the dude named DDS.
If I snitched, all we gonna do is cut it out.
Hey, what's her name? Shelly, get on her. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, the fighter said it was official, so it's official.
Came from the fighters. So,
hey, let's talk about real quick. Let's talk about another. I'm super excited about this fight too. Frank Martin, Michel Rivera. December, that fight's happening on Showtime.
Frank Martin
and Michel Rivera.
Oh man!
What?
Oh, man, I just think this is levels of Frank Martin on a different level.
On a different level than Michel.
Yeah, man.
That kid showed me a lot in the last fight.
He did. He do in fights that he don't. Like, I feel like he fighting is just like he's in motions, going through.
Here's what I know.
Okay.
I know that a lot of times, especially young fighters, we're trying to navigate between being great as an amateur against other great competition, and then being a great pro against lesser competition. And sometimes we just kind of get lost in the shuffle and we fight down to our competition. I think most recently, Michel Rivera has been fighting up, and I loved this fight. 50-50. I know y'all hate me.
Oh, here we
50-50.
go.
50-50.
65-35.
For Frank Martin.
Yeah.
You said 65-35?
Yeah, he might. Hey, this might be a crazy statement, but after he beat Terrence Crawford, hey Terrence, I'm gonna text you. Hey, after he beats Terrence Crawford, he might have the trainer of the decade.
Who are you talking about?
I said.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
He might have trainer of the decade in this.
I see what you saying.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I know he will. Shout out to Derek James. He definitely got to go in the bag.
Oh, he's gonna be in
and it's not just in training. He gonna have to go in the bag during the fight because Michel Rivera can go punch for punch. He's got power as well. He's got pop. He's got speed. He's got some good moves himself, and he's got he's got that Dominican style that's just a little bit different. It's a little harder to sometimes that rhythm is just a tad bit different. So I think that's a really, really interesting fight. I think it's fast chess. I think it's a round by round fight. I can see both guys getting floored, to be honest with you.
Okay.
If I had to bet who gets floored first, I would bet Michel gets floored first. If I had to bet who gets floored last, honestly, I would bet Michel gets floored last. It kind of sounds like I went from being 50-50 to being 60-40 for
but in between there, Lamar goes on the floor.
Yeah,
that's his middle name.
Yeah. That's a great fight, man. I'm super excited about that fight. I was gonna tweet about that fight, but Carson was like, "Nah, let's wait until until we know that it's official. So as soon as I seen it, I was hyped. Huh?
What is that? Is that fight here?
I have no clue where that fight's going to be. I'm sure we will get a message very soon. Let us know. But it is December 17th.
I know, December 16th. Our guy Sway will be in town.
The location is to be determined.
Our guy. So it'll be a lovely weekend if we can get that in. Take Horse out to the fights. He'll seem like he'll be somebody hilarious to watch fights with. Horse and Sway. Horse and Sway. They'll be here December 16th.
Oh, they'll be out this way.
Yeah.
Or Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to Horse and Sway. We're gonna try to accommodate them the best we can when they come to town.
Oh yeah, we're gonna show them a good time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You think they willing to wild out like us?
No.
And then me and Shawn we wild out like that. Like y'all chill out. Hey.
Yeah, no, I was talking to them today about trying to do some zip lining. So you know how I get down, man. Yeah. They was like, oh, we don't know. We'll see. Like, Ness is down here, and Danny, they down here.
Yeah, I see you. I see you on that show.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was on.
They're recording right now, y'all. Go check them out. The Boxing Voice. They're on right now.
They probably is. I ain't seen them since I've been here. But Ness was tripping. I guess he in a suit. He in a suit. Huh?
You on their show? You was on their show. What you mean you didn't see him since you?
No. I meant tonight here at the dinner. Yeah, but he was tripping because I'm suited up, and he said he was gonna wear a black suit. So I didn't peep him out yet. Yeah, I ain't peep him out yet. I texted him up. He said, "Yeah, we getting ready." I was like, "Oh, here we go."
Okay. I'm trying to match you.
Yeah, let's get into the zone right quick. I'm hungry. All right,
we can get it knocked out. Oh, my girl Jessica.
Oh man, your girl Jessica.
Yeah, I'm a big Jessica.
I got a bold statement to make, but I'm gonna let you go first. I got a bold statement to make.
I'm worried about what you about to say. We got Jessica. Jessica, and who was her opponent? Chantelle
Cameron.
Man, she was prepared for Jessica pressure. It just like every time she comes in, take a step back, get off first, step to the side. She was doing all the right things, Shawn, and it was frustrating watching Jessica getting frustrated, but she stayed on her game, but it was just frustrating because
I had it 5-0 after 5.
Dang, Shawn. Hey, she's such my favorite. I stopped scoring it. Now I'm like, Jessica, knock her out.
Yeah. I stopped scoring too, and I was like, maybe rounds through the fight.
It was just.
You ready for my statement? You good? Go ahead, keep going.
Man, what's Jessica playing?
Hey, Ant.
What?
She was never gonna win this fight. She was never gonna win this fight. And I'm not hating, but let me explain.
And it's supposed to be a rematch for her belt.
Yeah, I heard the girl called her out at welterweight.
She said, "Yo, I want to come up there."
I got all the belts now, but I want to come up there and take yours. I was like, "Whoa!"
Jessica gonna clip her in a rematch.
Think so?
Yeah, I know.
Think so?
Yeah.
Listen, McCaskill has had something, and she's been relying on that to win her matches. Very aggressive style. She breaks down the girls that she's in the ring with, the women that she's in the ring with, and then she does have that power that you don't usually expect to come from women. She breaks them down and she takes them out, but she's always done that in a very unorthodox way. So unorthodox, but she's always had her way. So she's never been in a fight moment had to make an adjustment and change her approach. So she was never going to win this fight against Chantelle Cameron because she doesn't step correctly. She doesn't punch correctly. She punched very wide, very strong, very powerful, of course, but right down the middle is where Chantelle won, controlling the range and the distance.
Frustrating. While you doing this, you getting hit. While you doing this, you getting hit.
Conventional boxing beat the unorthodox, powerful style that Jessica has, and you can see that Jessica does not have a plan B. She does not know how to use her feet and her hands at the same time, step correctly, the things that's needed to get close to a girl, to a young lady like Chantelle, and then use that power to break her down. Anytime she got close, Chantelle just tied her up and milked the clock and made it work for her. She was never gonna win this fight, and she will not win a rematch unless she improves her feet.
I feel like between Rick and Jessica, they will improve.
They got to improve the feet. They got to improve the feet.
They're back in. They went back to the they were back in the camp today. Oh yes,
I believe that. No. I believe that because she ain't no quitter. She might be beating herself up, but she's going right back to the drawing board because she's like, I gotta fix this. Like, I've been invincible. Everybody see me being invincible, and now they saw me just lose. And of course she lost to Amanda Serrano way back in the day. But I mean, this is kind of like uncharted territory for her now because she's been so explosive and so dominant. But if she does not improve her feet, and if she does not improve her punching efficiency, her precision, then she's gonna struggle again. This girl Chantelle knows how to control the distance, knows how to control the range, and the most important thing, this girl is in shape. Ain't nobody been in that kind of shape.
Yeah.
So after 5 or 6 rounds,
with Jessica,
usually Jessica catch up to you. Yeah. It's the first time she ain't been able to catch up to you. I
was expecting a late knockout. I'm not even gonna lie, Sean.
Yeah. I bet you was. This girl did not waver. She stuck to the game plan. She came with something that she knew was gonna work, and it worked because Jessica did not have a plan B. And I hated the commentary. They kept saying she looks off. She looks off. Guess what? She looked off because this girl is on. She don't look off because she's sluggish or because she had to lose X amount of weight and so on and so forth. She wanted to come down and fight this girl. She wanted to take them belts from this girl. Jessica got. She has to improve the technical side of her game in order to beat Chantelle Cameron. I love to see the rematch. I want to see it at welterweight. And disclaimer, I had already known about Chantelle Cameron. I already knew about her boxing ability, and I already known all about her. So I'm not jumping on any bandwagons. I'm keeping it real. Like, I had a referee tell me one time, if you take your eyes away from the fight and you just focus on the feet, you'll know who's winning the fight by who's moving the way, correctly. And that guy told me that when I was a kid. I mean, before I was even a teenager, this guy had told me that, and something that I always held on to. And periodically, I look at feet, and that sometimes to me is the determining factor in terms of who's winning the fight. Take a look at that fight. Stop focusing on the top half, and you just focus on the bottom half, and you'll know who's winning that fight just by the way the position is. You see the resets from McCaskill. You see her stepping just out of position and all that. This young lady Chantelle was just her rhythm and her style and her feet was all she needed to beat McCaskill.
And I think every time Jessica was coming in, as she was throwing, she was getting 1 or 2 down the middle, causing her to reset. And then Chantelle's moving, setting herself. But every time it was like, that's why it made it look. That's why the commentary says she don't look right. That's what made it. That's another reason why it made it look so bad. She kept having to reset.
Because you got to be able to say what's going on.
Yeah,
say, she doesn't look right. She doesn't look right. Yeah. She doesn't look right because you know what I mean. They never get it because. I'm not here to critique the commentating. I really was annoyed by that all night. They were saying she doesn't look right. She don't look right because this girl is on.
Yeah, and I believe our guy Rick could have a right next fight. I believe our guy Rick Ramos. Yeah,
I hope so. Yeah, it was definitely underwhelming. On McCaskill's side, it was impressive to see Chantelle control the fight and control the range and the distance and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Main event.
All right, main event. Man, that guy will basically.
We got Dmitry Bivol and Zurdo Ramirez in the main event of the DAZN this past weekend.
That guy will basically beat you. Literally, he ain't, like he don't do too much, but what he does, he's perfect at it.
Yeah,
Bro, he is. Like that dude couldn't do nothing.
he will basically beat you.
Basically,
That's perfect. That's perfect.
it's nothing. I had nothing.
I'm gonna keep it real. You've been lagging this whole show, but I like that what you just did right there. You just recovered. You just recovered.
All right, whatever. But he literally shot IAC. I'm like, he's not doing nothing really. His feet's great.
Hey, yo, I love what you said. Can you tell? Like, I love what you said.
Yeah, relax.
He will,
relax.
He will basically beat you. I dig that. No, you're right.
But it wasn't nothing special. And then when my man would try to come in, I felt like he hurt it, but the guy never went nowhere, but couldn't do nothing. He was the bigger guy, and he didn't look like it. What was the other guy name?
I said I tweeted this. Like, I expected this to be Mack Truck versus Mack Truck.
Yes.
I thought that both these guys were very, very strong and very, very powerful, and at any point in time could land that big shot.
Yeah.
This ended up being, and I did that. I tweeted this because I did the best I could to not disrespect Zurdo. I said this ended up being a Mack Truck versus a Bronco.
The OJ Bronco?
Yeah. Well, the new Bronco though, not the old Bronco. But
that's the OJ Bronco.
Kind of the old Bronco. Kind of the old Bronco. Because I mean, Dmitry Bivol is very strong, has a very good boxing style, is surprisingly fast, and has the boxing eye. Like, he knows what he's looking at, and he can see it all right before it happens, so on and so forth. And I mean, I think he caught Zurdo with something early, and Zurdo said, I ain't going back in there.
That's crazy, because I just knew Zurdo was going to put the pressure on him and make this a closer fight. I mean, how many rounds you gave Zurdo?
Straight nullify everything that Zurdo could bring to the ring.
Shawn, how many rounds you gave Zurdo?
1, maybe 2. And there were rounds that you could see that Dmitry Bivol clearly took off.
So, yeah. Hey man, this dude's a problem.
He's a problem. Everybody wants to see him against Beterbiev.
I don't want to see him. Don't fight Canelo again. Shout out to Canelo. You know, I'm a fan.
Don't fight Canelo again.
No. Fight. Canelo, come over. Canelo, fight the winner of David Benavidez.
And they said on the telecast that Dmitry Bivol, he says he's not after the money. He's after the legacy. He wants Beterbiev.
And when you run into a guy like that, Shawn, that don't care about the money, that just love the game, it's like, hard days at work, and he's good. That's a problem, because they say silk
different
sheets.
Package.
Yeah, silk sheets. I forgot to say it.
Oh yeah. It's hard to get up and train when you sleep in silk sheets. Yeah. Different package. But he just reminds me of Bernard Hopkins in the sense that he's very locked in, he's very focused, he's very determined, and he comes to the ring with a game plan, and he just knows how to beat you. And of course, I'm talking about prime Bernard Hopkins, but he just reminds me of a Bernard Hopkins in the sense that he's just very locked in and very, very consistent, and knows exactly what he needs to do to beat you. Yeah, man, that's good. And who's the next guy? Beterbiev? I have no clue how that fight. I got Bivol. But here's the thing. There's no thing. Here's the thing. Because everybody said this when he got in the ring with Canelo until about 3 rounds went by, and then all the Mexicans still weren't brought in until don't about get jumped out there, bro. Until about 8 rounds went by, because it's true. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the stadium was still on their feet until about 8 rounds went by, and then they was like, "Okay, he's not going to beat Dmitry Bivol tonight." Nobody knew who Dmitry was until he fought Canelo. Now he's done it twice, and I'm only saying that to say, don't jump on him thinking that Beterbiev can't knock him out. Don't jump on him thinking that Beterbiev can't box a lot like him, because they come from the same amateur circuit over there in Europe, so they're very familiar with one another. Don't you say what I think you're about to say. I don't know who's going to win the fight. I have no clue what this fight looks like. 50-50. You know I was going to say 50-50. Yeah. You see, I changed it up. I say, hey, I don't know what this one's going to look like. Basically. Hey, that's a hell of a fight. Hey, man.
please 2023, don't let us down like 2022 did. Give us some big fights in boxing.
Oh no. This fight is possible.
Yeah,
very possible.
Same side.
Yeah. Very possible for this fight to happen.
All right, 2023 could be the year of boxing.
Yeah.
Hey, Shawn,
the year before in a long time.
How would this work out? At the end of the year, maybe like anyway after September, a Super Bowl of boxing. Just listen to me. Listen to me. Three fights. First fight, just for example, Rolly versus Adrian Broner. Next fight. I'm just throwing it out there.
You talking about all on one card?
Yeah, a Super Bowl boxing.
Yeah, man.
Once a year, Super Bowl boxing. I know, Shawn. I know.
I wish.
I know. It's just. I mean, if we could do it, and then let's see, co-main. I don't know. Tony Harris versus not co-main. Another fight. Tony Harris versus Danny Garcia. Boom. Co-main. Ryan Garcia versus Tank. Main event. Crawford versus Spence.
I knew you was
the
gonna
sport
say
of
that.
boxing is back, baby. The sport of boxing is back.
Oh man.
If we could, or if we could just get the 1 versus 2s in a couple of divisions, just one night in boxing, just one card, just 4 fights.
I don't know what that looks like. I just know that
the business won't let it happen.
For the boxing world, it just doesn't make sense. It's like we're shooting we're shooting it all, shooting a whole load in one night, and we can space this out and we can make money on money. So I mean, it sounds good, but it's unrealistic, man.
And whatever. Well, can we beef up the pay-per-views? Like,
but I love the thought of like jump on that, man. The thought of it being a Super Bowl,
a big event, a big event
in the same city, Dallas, as the Super Bowl. Like Shawn, the night before the Super Bowl, you got Super Bowl Sunday, right? Fights on Saturday.
Shawn, like, I didn't think of that.
Take advantage, man. The boxing world don't take advantage.
Damn.
You got to take advantage of the sports. Eat off of their plate.
Damn,
that's what you do.
I mean, I guess it'd be hard to do it in that same stadium, but find something like not at the Cowboys stadium, but maybe
we're gonna give it to them for free. And look, we're gonna get this to the boxing world for free.
Okay.
This is what we're gonna give them for free. And I know this now because I've been around and I've seen it. Everybody watches boxing.
Yes.
The who's of sports, music, the movie industry. Everybody watches boxing.
Shawn, when I get DMs from people that I'm fans of, that I grew up watching Louisiana, and say, "Hey man, I'm a fan of you on the show." So, bro, this is like, bro,
all you do,
you watch boxing.
All you do as the Super Bowl approaches, and you're seeing who's gonna win out, who's gonna win. You start promoting your show with those players on those teams. So you do like with the commercial that Ryan Garcia had with Damian Lillard. You do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And you get people to find out that, oh, this is going on too. Oh, wait, what? He's into that too? They're gonna be there too, so on and so forth. That's how you make it happen. You eat off of that. You play with, don't play against, and that's all boxing does. Play against.
And if the sport of boxing could partner up for that night, maybe with the NFL, that would be so big, man. Damn. And we say damn at the end because we know the business of boxing.
Yeah. Damn. I was talking about that the other day when we did when I did the promotion with Arrow. They had me come on Sunday NFL Sunday morning on Fox. And I was only on there for a short time, maybe 5 minutes, give or take, but it was great. And if you play your cards right, you do that multiple times before the big show. Those guys love boxing. Terry Bradshaw. What's old boy's name?
Shannon Sharp.
His name's on the tip of my tongue. Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
All those guys, they love boxing. That's all it takes is the right move at the right point in time with the right people and people to see it. You know, the only thing the world is about now is content. Boxing is a little old and behind the times. That's all. They'll catch up.
I mean,
because of this podcast, they'll catch up.
Yeah, we gonna.
We here for y'all.
Yeah, we know people that know people. Even like Shawn, another example. iHeart Festival. It comes to Vegas every year. That night, tonight, the big fight tonight. Jump on that.
Yeah.
The who's are in Vegas.
Yeah.
The hip hop world loves boxing.
Yeah.
Everybody think they can fight.
I think we good, man. I think that's all we really had for today. We do got week. Go ahead.
You got the fantasy questions.
Yeah. You talking about the question of the week, right? All right, here. Let me paint this picture real quick.
All right.
So here's the thing, because you always want people to comment, and apparently you gonna see all the comments. I'm gonna chime in too. I'm gonna pay attention to these comments. We're gonna select some of the answers. But here's the question of the week. We're gonna start this now with the podcast. What we want you to do is first leave y'all answers and then ask a question. What we will do is pick some of the answers and also pick a question, and that will become the question of the week. We're going to start doing this with y'all. So the question of the week comes from our own Andy. Shout out to Andy. He just randomly, we text all the time, and he randomly asked me a question. I was like, I want to hear what everybody else got to say. I especially want to hear what Ant got to say. So the question of the week is, here's the setting. Zombie apocalypse. It's the end of the world. It's the apocalypse. You get to pick 4 boxers to survive the zombie apocalypse with. Who are your fighters and why? 4 fighters, and who are they and why?
All right, I'm going 3 heavyweights, 1 welterweight. Man, all right, so obviously I need a couple of one-hitter quitters. Okay, so I need a couple of one-hitter quitters. So I'm coming out there with Mike Tyson. Gotta have Mike on one side because he's
young Mike though. Young Mike. Not now, Mike.
I'll take Mike. I'll take Mike right now.
You take Mike now, huh? Take Mike now?
Yeah, I'll take Mike in the alley with some zombies. Then we gotta, they're gonna clip a couple of them because I'm gonna be battling out my zombies. So I ain't got time for that. Then I got Deontay Wilder on my left.
Of course.
And then this one ain't
because he got the one-hitter quitter.
One-hitter quitter because he gonna sleep that side. Then I got my guy next to me because I know if I know somebody that will battle it out with you, Chris Arreola. No matter who walk up to Chris Arreola, he's gonna battle it out with you.
Yeah.
I don't care. And then I got this other guy. I need a fall guy, somebody that is gonna stand there and rumble. And while we get what the hell out of there, he's gonna take an ass whooping. Adrian Broner.
I know clue, especially welterweight. I'm like, no, all he do is move all fight. No, he's a mover.
We need a distraction. Adrian, get out there and do your thing, baby.
That's crazy. Hey, so I went with 2 welters.
Okay.
A super middle and the heavy.
Y'all gonna get eaten. Y'all gonna get bit.
You think we gonna get got?
Yeah, let me see what you got.
I went with Crawford and Russell Jr.
Okay. I know those guys personally, so now that I know them personally, those guys might be it. Hey.
Both of them is bout it.
Yes, I know that. Yes.
Neither of them is quitters.
Yep.
And they're gonna do whatever it takes.
Yep.
All right. Then I went with Roy Jones.
Okay. Slick.
Now and past.
Okay.
You give me either or, because I most recently found out that he crazy as all get out, and you need some crazy on your side.
Okay.
He gonna do whatever it takes to, because he crazy. He ain't bowing to nothing.
Who's your last guy?
I went with Deontay Wilder.
Oh, come on. Everybody grabbing Wilder.
I went with Big D, but for a different reason, though. Hey, check out. Probably the most loyal guy I know.
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder.
I ain't loyal.
You get grabbed. You fell down.
Get up.
You running too slow. He not gonna leave you behind. He's not gonna let nothing happen to anybody that's with him. So you gotta have Deontay Wilder with you. And on top of that, he got the one-hitter quitter.
Yeah, and he got a nice gun collection. And he stayed
and then
okay. Hold on. That was 4.
Yeah, I know. But to bring it all in, and of course I'm gonna have to do some management, man. And and that's what I'm good for. I can manage things. I'm strategical with mine. But I pick them guys based on who I want to be here with. When it's all this said and done, I was like, who I really want to be around, or who I want to be around me. You know what I mean? So Areola is not a bad pick at all. Chris is a down dude too. Chris is the guy as well.
Yeah.
But we want y'all to comment. We want y'all to let us know
who would be your four. Let us know down in the comments. Who would be your four?
Let us know
Carson, who's your four? Carson gonna be like Lomachenko.
You know he picking 4 Cubans. And no, he picking 3 Cubans. And
Lars gonna be the head.
And Roberto Duran.
Okay, yeah.
And they all running together. They all running. Listen. Leave y'all comments. Tell y'all what y'all thought about our answers as well, and then also leave a question. We're gonna pick a question, and we'll double back. We're gonna start doing this with y'all, man. I love that question that he asked. It came out of nowhere, and I was like, you know what? This would be good for the podcast.
Yeah, it's fun.
As I already stated last week, when I genuinely let our producer know that when he told me about everything that he had went through, the first thing that came to mind was the podcast. More times than not, that's the first thing that always come to mind when I'm going through something is the podcast. So no, but again, shout out to our producer. That was it was a joke, but after I left the house and all that kind of stuff, it did come to mind. I was like, you know what? He will be good for a motivational message. So that is honestly why I chose to use our producer last week for the motivational message. Y'all stay tuned. We are going to have our producer plug in my message that I left to everybody today at the WBC Convention. I'm here the rest of the week. I'm here to have some fun and enjoy everything that's going on. And as I said before, I want to extend my brand. I said people know me for talking on TV, and they know me for talking boxing here on the podcast, but people don't really know what's really up in here, you know. So I had an opportunity. My first opportunity was today to extend some of that to everyone here, and then I'm hoping for a few more opportunities to do that as well. All that being said, this is the PorterWay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WBC welterweight champion of the world, Showtime, Shawn Porter.
That applause was short. Come on now. I asked for a handle mic because I know everybody's gonna want some pictures of me, so I think it's best that I stand here in the middle. Also, I like to move. What I'm here to talk to you guys today about is what makes the green belt so special. Why does everyone want to wear the green belt? Why does everyone want to win the green belt? What I want to do first is educate you guys, and even the men and women, the boxers in here, and some of you probably don't know, or we didn't know about ourselves. It's called the God complex. And as it pertains to the sport of boxing, we all want to be the best. We all want to prove that we can't be beat. We all want undefeated records. We all want to make our guys bleed, our women bleed. We want to knock them down. We want to conquer the world. It's a God complex. It's a complex that tells us when we get in the ring, nothing can stop us. Nothing can defeat us. You're great, and we're great, and we're the greatest in the world. That's why we all fight for the belts. Because once we get the belt, that shows everybody what we already knew on the inside. It shows everybody what we already knew, and we have a way to tell everyone without saying, excuse my language, but I'm God. The belt shows everyone that you are the best in your division, you're the best in boxing, and that's why we all do it. We have a sense of wanting to be the best, wanting to be number one, and we have a sense of invincibility, which is why we always go out there. You saw right here, some of us have been on our feet knocked out, and we're still going after it, because nothing tells us that we can't win. Nothing tells us that that green belt can't be ours. And then now, why the green belt? Personal experience. I won the IBF title, lost the IBF title. I ended up at a WBC convention, and I'm having a great time. It's the first convention I've ever been to. Really wasn't that educated on the WBC, but as you can see, they always educate you. They make sure you know exactly what the WBC is, what they've done, and what they intend to do. And while I was there, I'm noticing champion after champion after champion, guys that I watched as a kid, guys that I watched as an adult, guys that I wanted to emulate, guys that I wanted to shake hands with. Everyone's at the WBC convention. And then there's a moment where, as they always do at the conventions, everybody comes up on the stage. All of the champions come up on the stage, and I'm sitting out with the audience, and I'm feeling left out because I hadn't won the WBC championship title, and I didn't know what the WBC was all about until I went to that convention. So everybody's going up on the stage, and somebody looks out in the crowd and sees me and my lonely self just sitting down. I don't know if I had this pouty face look, but I know emotionally, mentally, I was just like, I'm gonna be up there. I gotta be up there. So I went from feeling lonely to somebody saying, come on up here, champ, come on up here, champ. All for me to say, I'm a long up here. I won that title. I can't go up there with everyone else. I see everybody that's up there. I see Marvin Hagler, my favorite fighter of all time. I see Ricky Poe up there. The list goes on. Everybody's up there. That's where you want to be. But I can't go up there because my pride won't allow me to go up because I had not won the WBC title. So everybody's still telling me to come on up, and I get up, go up there on stage. I'm standing next to my favorites, but I'm not enjoying the moment. I remember thinking to myself, I'm not supposed to be up here. I haven't won this belt. I'm not, for the sake of words, worthy. And I remember being at the convention. I remember meeting your dad, and your dad said to me, you're going to be a WBC champion. And they offered me to say to him, you're right, he's just being nice. But when I was at that convention, and everybody brought me up on the stage, and I hated meeting everybody. I loved it at the same time, but I hated it more because I'm prideful. I said, next time I go to the convention, I'm gonna be a world champion, WBC world champion. I'm not going back to the convention until I win the WBC title. And X amount of years later, I was able to win a WBC title. I'm telling you guys that story because there's prestige, there's greatness, you go back to that word invincibility, that's what the WBC carries. It carries this sense of, this is it, this is where it's at. And any fighter that is coming up and has not won a championship title, you may hear about the conventions, you may hear about everyone that's there. If you've never heard about the convention, you've never heard about anyone who's there, your favorite fighter has won, has carried, has held, has been a WBC world champion, and that's why every fighter in this world wants to be a WBC champion. And I believe that every fighter has a goal in mind to become a not just a world champion, but a WBC world champion. It's just something special about what we call the green belt. My blood is green, my heart is gold. That's why everybody wants the WBC title. So God bless you guys. Good luck to all you fighters out there that have not won the WBC. You'll get it one day.